Hey everybody, welcome to the Late Horror Show with Dino, Ewell, and Mork from Ork.
That's right.
Nanu. Hey, what's everybody doing? We got a great movie this week.
One I never saw before.
My God, yes. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Vampire's Kiss.
Wow.
1988, Nicolas Cage. Mm-hmm. It is
because you demanded him, Nick Cage.
It was very dark humor. We'll talk about it in a second.
Let me share a movie memory.
Okay, go ahead. You want to right off the
because I'm gonna because it's gonna sum up my feelings on watching this film for the first time.
You don't want me to get these out of the way first?
If you want to get something out of the way, get something out of the way.
Okay, then we'll dive into it.
All right.
Then we got Ted's movie memory.
All right, my movie memory.
Okay. Before we get to the commentary, which we do every week, the Late Horror Show, we are on iTunes and YouTube. Mm-hmm. You listen on iTunes. You could also go watch on YouTube.
Yeah, you can see how sexy we are on YouTube.
And I would tell you, on YouTube, you guys could watch along while we're doing the film. Okay, if you're watching on YouTube, I stick my finger up. But
the finger!
I stick the finger up.
The finger! He gives you the finger.
It's all brown. Oh, jeez. Or if you're listening on iTunes, I will tell you, start video now.
Press play.
And then you could watch the movie and listen to us babble on about this whole thing.
Throw those commentaries away that come with the DVD.
Oh, yeah. We got them beat by a long shot.
Forget those director and cast commentaries. Junk.
So just giving you a heads up, man. You watch it with us and then comment, man.
Because we're watching it. Watch it with us.
In iTunes, leave feedback. Put the 5 stars where it says review up there. It helps us out to get us up higher. So do that for us, man. And another thing, Horror Town Facebook group. Okay, I always put a poll up. I've been starting this past couple weeks. Which era is the best horror? Like 1980s, all the way down to the silent era, and of course new, present. 1980s. By a long shot.
I would have guessed it.
Long shot. Like 80%, and then it's 2000, 2017 to the present.
And then three old people like us are always like, I like the 30s.
I like the 30s. There's 2 of us that like the 30s. I like the 70s, But, overwhelmingly the 80s. So,
well, what did I say? From like the silent era through the 80s.
Yeah.
Watch all those, and then you're pretty much done with horror and monster movies.
Yeah.
Forget the rest. I mean, you're done.
Yep.
It's like you finished it.
No, I hear you.
You finished your homework. You can go out and play.
Yeah, I mean,
watch those and you're done.
Every now and then you'll get a good new one, but
Really?
Yeah, every now and then. Everybody's saying go watch this Get Out, but we'll see.
What? Get Out?
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
It's called Get Out, man.
Get out!
Get out!
Get out!
Get out! Get out!
Get out!
Okay, so if
go see Get Out. Get out of here!
And again, if you're new and you're watching this for the first time, we do silly banter through the whole movie. Doesn't matter if it's serious or, we'll give you facts throughout. So
unfiltered, politically incorrect.
Yeah, we every now and then say something we shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, that's me.
But in a minute,
lighting fires.
In a minute, the commentary, man, and I'll let you guys know when to hit the movie. Vampire's Kiss, 1988, Nicolas Cage. This is one I don't think too many people probably might even know about.
Right.
Death Twitch, another YouTuber, was I was in his live feed and he started talking about. I said, "Have you seen Vampire's?" And he immediately goes, "Yeah, that's where he recites the alphabet all the way through. A, B, C, D, E, F," which we'll get to because it's funny. Oh my God, so much to talk about. But before I get into talking a little bit more about the movie, tell us about what's your movie moment.
Nothing big.
Ted's movie moment.
We kind of built it up here, and I don't want it to be a big letdown.
No,
I remember. I have a fuzzy memory.
Yeah.
Of the 70s.
Fuzzy.
Going to the Memphis Drive-In.
In the 70s?
In the 70s.
Oh,
really? In that period. Late 70s.
You're a kid.
Going to the drive-in, the Memphis Triple Drive-In, which isn't there anymore, which is too bad. And with my mom and my Aunt Sharon and my grandfather. Because my mom and my Aunt Sharon loved John Travolta and wanted to go see Grease. All right, this is the thing. Me and Dina, we joke about Grease on here. I think one day we should just do that movie and just get it out of our system.
Same.
But
we should do.
Yeah, like I was I can't remember how old I was, but I remember seeing it, and my grandfather had no idea what this movie was. Mm-hmm. And I remember him sitting there in the front seat eating his popcorn and smoking his cigarettes, and every time a song would come on, he'd just sit there and go, what the hell is this? And why I'm telling this story is because that's pretty much how I was during this whole movie. What the hell is this? Is it a horror movie? Is it a comedy? Is it a melodrama? It's so many different things.
Yes.
I don't know if it... I was telling Dean before the show, I don't know if I liked it. I don't know what I think about it. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah.
And,
I think
he is so over the top. This was a first-time director.
Yes.
I think Robert Bierman. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe he just had a hard time reining Nicolas Cage in.
Well, yeah, because Nicolas Cage at this time, this was right in between Raising Arizona, Peggy Sue Got Married. And,
he just got off a big thing with Moonstruck.
Yeah.
A lot of acclaim for that.
And Wild at Heart is like right
Wild
after.
at Heart would have been one of his next movies.
But during this time, I mean, Nicolas Cage was just... He was a weirdo.
And I
Not
see
that
a
he
little
still
bit,
isn't, but...
You mentioned Wild at Heart. I see a little bit of that character in here. A couple times when he's like... pointing out like that.
Oh,
that's Sailor from Wild at Heart. There's a little bit of that in there.
He has very crazy movements, gestures, facial expressions, and the way he talks is just like he always tried to get that little weird monotone Elvis.
I found some
Presley
information
kinda,
on that too.
Voice there, and
it's like a fake accent. You can't tell what it is.
No.
And the problem with the accent is that it's not consistent through the movie. He doesn't keep, but he does use it at certain times, and I'll point out when and where and why, and because I did sort of read a transcript. He did a commentary for this movie on the DVD and the Blu-ray, and because this movie is actually on Blu-ray, and I was kind of reading a little bit of a transcript. He and the director were going back and forth on this, and it sounds like they didn't even really get along that well during the making of it. Well, like I said, he was just. Yeah. Nicolas Cage is a different type of actor. He's a method actor, For instance, like I'll point out, there's a scene with a bat towards the beginning of the film. They worked so hard to get this mechanical bat. One of the guys from Star Wars working on it. No. It's got to be a real bat. Had some guy go out to Central Park, catch a bat, and bring it in. Oh, my God. And even though the director's telling me, you get bit by this, it's not my fault, and you're probably going to die. But, he's that kind of an actor. The shit's got to be real.
Right.
And, some actors are like that. It's just a different school of acting. When you're in that character, you're in that character. Yes. And that's he's
a wacko.
Bonkers.
And this was his peak time when he was really Raising Arizona, too. I mean, Peggy Sue Got Married. His voice was exact to this, too. He played that... So he had this thing that he had down, and he kept with it. And this movie,
and he's an acquired taste. People either really love him or don't like him. Hey, he got an Oscar once. He can hold that bad boy up. But...
He was far out there in this movie, man.
Oh, way out there. Maybe a little too much for me.
No, not for me. I love it.
I like him in Wild at Heart. I love that whole Elvis thing that he's got, but he keeps it through the whole film. He stays true to here. He's this kind of character, and then he loses the accent.
Now and no matter what we do in this commentary, there's nothing we can do to explain how he's acting and what he's portraying. Because you need to not just look, but you need to listen and look at the same time.
Yeah, I think
to get down how weird he is acting in this movie.
Maybe out of all our commentaries that we've recorded, this one might be the one where you really need to have that movie in front of you.
Yes.
To listen to us and listen to watch the film.
Right.
Like I said, I don't know if I like it. This one's got to settle in a little bit. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, I agree with you. Is it a?
I don't know if I'd recommend it to people.
Is it a comedy?
That I didn't know that well.
Yeah.
Because they'd watch it and go, oh my God.
You see some of the crap out there, Ted.
Oh, hey.
I mean, come on.
There's nothing wrong with the way this film was shot or any of the acting, really. He's just, when you go into a Nicolas Cage movie, you got to know what to expect.
Well, spoiler right off the bat, because, when we start this movie, it was
like Martin on steroids.
Vampires. It's not a vampire movie, even though they try to make you think it is.
Reminiscent of Romero's Martin.
Right,
I guess it's the hopped up steroid fueled cousin of George Romero's Martin.
It's supposedly because
they have similar kind of concepts.
Yeah,
someone who thinks they're a vampire and you're not really sure if they are.
Somebody who left a review I'm going to kind of take what he said because it sums it up perfectly. You know, this is not a movie about vampires. It's a movie about a man, and it deals with his basically going insane. You know, he's losing it, and he's getting hallucinations, and you don't know what's right and what's going on, if it's wrong. But it's really about a man losing his mind because of he's lived this life of, you know, one girl after the other, and he really wants to find this love and a real relationship, and he can't find it. And he kind of just goes off the deep end.
Yeah, there's all those shots of Manhattan in the city. It's almost like the city is just exacerbating his condition.
Yes. And he pretty much just loses it to the point of the end of the movie is just...
It is bad shit.
Wow. But anyways, I am going to start this movie while we continue to talk.
Fingers up.
My finger's gonna go. My finger's gonna go up, and you guys start the movie on iTunes. And here we go.
Play. Here we go.
There we go.
Watching it second time in one day.
But you watched it today?
Yeah, I watched it. I started it last night. Got a little tired, and I didn't want to fall asleep during it.
Finished it.
So yeah.
So this really didn't. I mean,
No. I started at like 11:30 last night.
Okay.
And I was getting kind of tired. It's like I don't want to fall asleep during this.
I was gonna say this really was borderline for you, huh? I mean.
No. Like I said, it's just, it's out there. It's you know.
No,
I think
it is.
His acting is so on another orbit that you know it's almost off-putting. Like you almost can't blame anybody if they don't like this movie. I
don't see it like that. I really don't.
There's a great idea in this movie. I just don't know if it was executed that well. Like I said, it was a first-time director trying to rein in a
Well, what do you think?
It'd be like a first-time director trying to tell Marlon Brando what to do.
Right.
You know, because their styles of acting.
And what made this movie? It was Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, any other actor. I mean, and it was almost Judd Nelson.
Oh my God.
Nicolas Cage.
I love Judd Nelson, but this would never have been the same kind of movie. I don't think.
The deal is, the film is starting with just like a dawn over the skyline of Manhattan. You get to see a lot of the architecture. You get to see the old school World Trade Center, and some really this interesting building right here. It almost looks like a castle on top of a building.
Really weird.
But he was coming off Moonlighting with Cher and was getting some acclaim for that.
You mean Moonstruck?
No, Moonstruck, yes.
Yeah, Moonlighting with Bruce Willis.
Moonstruck, you're right. Correct me. Thank you.
Shiny and new. Oh, that's lovely.
His agent was kind of telling him, you need to do things with a little bit more higher profile. And he wanted to do this film, but after he had taken the part, he's like, okay, I'm not going to do it. And then decided again he really did want to do it. And they had already cast Judd Nelson. They got a replacement, but he hadn't done anything yet, so they took Nick Cage back. So it was almost Judd Nelson.
Thank God they did.
Very different film.
This is in my mind. This movie is stuck in my mind. And it also has Maria Conchita Alonso.
Well, there you go.
From the 80s. You will recognize that name, I think, if you know anything about the 80s. Jennifer Beals, who is the hallucinated vampire throughout the movie.
Yeah,
so to speak. I mean,
she was just coming off of The Bride. If you ever saw The Bride, she played. It was like a Bride of Frankenstein film. So there she goes. She did that, and then she did a vampire movie back to back.
Yeah, with our commentaries most of the time. I mean, we don't spoil. We try to wait till the end, but I mean, hey, if you're watching this, you probably have seen the movie, and like I said, watch it with us.
So where we go? He's laying on the couch talking to his shrink.
Yes,
and
who I believe she may be real, but she does come into some hallucinations later on.
I think she's real, and I think at the end he's having a hallucination.
Yeah, I think
I think he is actually seeing her.
Yeah,
and it's almost like he just lays there. He's just talking about the minutia of his week.
Yeah.
Talking about, hey, I was with this girl, and you're right. It's like a different girl every night, and
he's what? He's kind of an egotistical, like power hungry kind of guy.
Yeah, he's got a good job with a publishing firm, and just
Alva
hits the he hits the clubs every night. Here's a club now.
Oh yeah.
And this band is getting down, and that singer,
it's 80s, man.
She looks like Nell Carter from Give Me a Break.
Give
and look
me
at her,
a
man.
break,
She ain't
'cause I
stopping.
sure
She ain't
deserve it.
stopping.
I
She's
know
booty
from
popping.
the very start.
Ain't stopping. Booty popping. Look at it. She's not even, look at it. They got bongo drum players up there. Where you don't even need to know what you're doing. I'm in the band.
Gotta love the 80s, man. Gotta love the 80s. Yeah, everybody's doing their thing.
You know, yeah. There's Uncle Charlie right there. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Listen to that bass.
You got an 80-year-old man in this big hip nightclub.
Look, there's Stevie Wonder right there. You know, smoking and getting
Lady
down.
actually lifts that cigarette up, and it's not even lit.
Well, you know, the thing
so
is...
the action going on there, don't like that cigarette.
We want you to smoke, but, you don't. And you know what the weird thing is? In all
because
these
the camera
scenes
effects,
with the clubs,
you would have the smoke everywhere.
There's no music. I mean, they might be playing some temporal music or something like that, but you have to record the dialogue, and even though they go back in sometimes and do it.
Right.
But there's no music. That band was probably just pretending.
Oh, jeez.
And they put the music in later.
Can you imagine this? What a scene,
That's
man.
how a lot of it is. It's if you watch making ofs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. Everyone's like pretending to dance and...
So I like the scene here.
So he picks up a chick at the bar.
Well, I like this here. There's a scene right now that we're talking on the film where the taxi could, and they're like, hey, and they basically just takes off. And he goes, you mother effer, because they don't take the taxi.
Yeah, right.
They're in there. He picks up a chick, and she's a black chick, and I think every chick.
What's her name? Jackie, I think.
Is that her name? Jack A.
And they're going to go back to his place.
But all the chicks he picks up are black women.
You know, I mean, yeah.
And they're all beautiful. I mean, but he's got a thing for the
jungle love.
Jungle love.
It's driving me mad. It's driving me crazy. Look at this perverted kid who's just outside of his apartment just watching.
And what's funny?
Watching his door, and then like an hour later when she comes out, he's still there.
Yeah, because he takes him up to the apartment. And there's a little boy at the top of the steps on there looking down at them.
Looking down his apartment door.
What's funny is after everything goes on and they, which is some time, at least 15 minutes maybe.
If it's me,
I don't know.
If it's you, it's like 6 hours, right?
Right. Yeah.
You take your time.
Exactly.
We take the stockings off one inch at a
well,
time,
you know what? You're right. It could be like 2 hours later. Yeah.
Look at this, man. They're making out. They're about to have some drunk sex. She's already got everything off.
Oh yeah, she's taking her high heels off, and
I mean, she's good to go. Without a word to say.
Yeah, they're basically getting out. But what's funny is when they're done with all this, that kid is still in the same spot.
What I said.
So he's spending his night
out there looking through the banister
because he probably knows what's going to happen.
That's right. He's going to think he's going to hear something.
Yeah, he knows that Peter. The guy's name is Peter Lowe.
Yeah, Peter Lowe.
And
he's got him some man. See, the thing was, when
and
they were at that club, he gave her some funky cold Medina.
Oh yeah,
and that's it does it every time.
Yeah, jazzed her up there a little bit.
Funky cold.
And
Medina.
I like the view of the cinematography here. We'll talk a little bit.
Yeah.
The camera was shooting down into the apartment building,
almost like someone's watching.
Yeah, maybe the bat,
like a voyeuristic viewpoint.
Yes,
I like that too. Oh, here we go, man. Look
and he goes down and
licking the nips.
Well, she's pretty much undressed, and this is the only kind of topless. This is the only topless scene in the movie.
Right, and then what happens? A bat flies through the window, and that's a real bat. Well, the scenes where you see the bat is that was a real bat flying through.
That wasn't a real bat.
They said they got a real bat.
That wasn't a real bat.
Some like where you see it like over the back of it, it wasn't.
Some of it they have. Oh yeah, so the bat. I love this.
That's a real bat.
And I love this.
She goes running out with her.
No. The funniest part of this is the bat flies into the curtain. Nicolas Cage.
He goes,
runs over.
He
goes shoo,
shoo,
shoo. Shoo!
And she's almost laughing.
In his
oh, look, she runs out of the apartment. She's got no clothes on, and that kid's just sitting there watching.
Well, she does cover herself up.
Well, okay, she covers her nips up. And she's laughing at the kid, and he's like, Billy, what did I tell you about checking out those naked women? And
that's when Mommy comes out and gets her son.
Yeah, so, man, this bat's in there.
That was the best scene right there, though.
Grabs the kid?
No, Nicolas Cage, Peter Lowe, when he does one last check of the bat flying all around the apartment, and he looks back in this weird look and puts his hair back a little bit.
Oh yeah, his hair's got a little
and then quickly patters out the door.
Right.
Just his movements and everything in this movie. And even here, they both jump out into the taxi to take them away from the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
He looks out of the cab up to
Checking
the
it
window where his apartment is, and he looks up there almost like a Dwight Fry or something, like from Dracula. Like he's up there, like cringing a little bit, like it's just so odd.
Weird.
So
and
odd.
He's gonna have some weird thoughts about that bat later on.
Yes.
So here he is at work, a publishing firm.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think even in the 80s anybody could treat their employees this way.
No.
I mean,
if
this lady couldn't find another shit job somewhere else, Alma. Because she's...
You mean Alva?
Alma...
Alva, Maria Conchita Alonso.
See, and this rings true to now because she's probably illegal. Obviously, she's from Mexico.
Yes. Peter, what may I do to help you very much?
It's been going on since then.
Yeah,
they're coming over here and taking our jobs.
Taking our jobs. Taking our jobs.
So he calls, what's her name again?
Alva.
Calls her in his office.
Yeah, Ted loved this movie.
And, no, I just can't remember her name. I kept thinking.
He's pulling a me.
And
I don't remember the names of the people involved in these circumstances.
What does he want? He wants a contract. Someone, a client of yours, would like a copy of his very first publishing contract, because he wants to frame it.
And it's not like he really does want it, the client. But Peter Lowe, well, I'll call him by his name in the movie. Peter Lowe is not, he's relentless towards her.
Yeah.
He wants her to find this.
She's pretty much
the lackey, the lowest person on
he's the one who he goes after
the totem pole. And he tells her that later when he hollers at her.
Yeah, that.
You are the lowest of the low. You are dirt. You are spit, scum. And
that's the scene where all these people's Nick Cage avatars come from. I just found that out.
Yeah.
Because I would see these wild pictures and I was like, what movie are they getting that from? I didn't see that movie. But he says, I checked this file and I checked this file. It's not in there, so it must be in this much larger file.
Because back in the 80s,
I need you to find it.
Everything would be paper.
Right.
And it would be stacked up in the
So she says, okay,
boxes and
whatever,
buildings.
I need you to find that and get it to me. So there you go. And that's
Poor
sort of
Alva.
like a little sub story that goes on. It really has nothing to do with the plot, but it carries over throughout the entire movie.
I'm sorry. I'm. If you're watching me on YouTube, ooh, Ted,
Yeah,
ooh, he's got some gas going on there. Everything. I'm just going to make these expressions every time I see this. Him make these weird gestures because he does walk back home. But he's doing it in the slow-mo with that briefcase.
Checking that curtain again.
Checking the curtain to see if the bat's still there. And
should we talk about the accent? Because he would have done it here with
go ahead.
With Alva.
Yeah.
I can't even describe it. It sounds like a mixture of Cockney and just hoity-toity. And he doesn't use it all the time.
I'd have to hear it again.
He'll use it when he's talking to an underling, or if he's in some sort of social situation where he should sound like that. He doesn't use it with the shrink very much.
No. Yeah.
Doesn't use it in when he's talking to his girlfriends or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just this weird accent, and I don't know why he did it, and I just don't get it. It makes...
like when he cries a little bit later on, he'll actually go, boo.
Yeah, with the gun later on.
Boo.
It's just, I don't know, man. This
I'm a vampire.
This movie.
Yeah,
this movie. I don't. It's just.
It's so.
This is so many different things. It's hard to.
It is.
This is one that's sort of all over the place. I couldn't quite nail it down.
It's like American Psycho.
Like I get what it's about.
And Once Bitten and a whole mess of other things just all thrown together. It's just a weird. It's just.
I just think that it's great that we can watch it now, and he's so crazy in it.
Yes.
But I think
as you were watching along, you were going probably at parts going, what the fuck?
Well, I just think like a more seasoned director with this material could have reined him in a little bit more.
I wouldn't.
Not that you necessarily.
I don't
some
want
people say, "Why do you want to?"
in.
But I'd be like, Nick, why are you doing this accent? What's the point of this? Why are you using it here? You're not using it there.
See, I think we both just got two different outlooks on
He's not my favorite actor.
His acting and the movie.
He's not my favorite actor. Like I said, he's an acquired taste. I do.
Right.
There are films with him in it that I do like, but
this is what really got me and pulled me in with. And I'm not saying this is the best film ever.
No, because it's not.
No, it's a good movie and one that everybody who loves horror or something different, weird, dark humor.
I'm not saying I wasted my time. I probably would have eventually seen it. But
what makes this for me is the way he portrays himself.
Man.
And so far out there.
He's out
there. You
know
right? Me. I love the so bad it's good and
yes, you do.
The strange and the weird and the macabre and this is all of that. Yep. So
usually, like kind of like The Leftovers, man. You're all about them.
Yeah.
No. There's some good stuff. Like I said, there's a damn good story in here.
Yeah.
Somewhere, and
I think Elva looks good, man.
You think so?
She's fitting it.
Well, when she's in her brassiere later on, it ain't so bad. When he's peeking in there. So here, it's the next day at work. Oh, he did visit his shrink.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. They talk.
Yeah, they go on and off with the shrink.
He talks about the bat.
Yes.
He talks about how he almost seemed aroused. But he talks about how, I was with the girl and I was aroused with the girl. But it almost sounds like he's talking about the bat aroused him. Well,
she asked him. She said, okay, so your girlfriend left the room.
Right.
You came down from being aroused. And then when the bat came flying at you, you got aroused again. Right. So yeah, it was the actual bat attacking him that aroused him.
Yes.
So this is him starting to slip a little bit.
That's the first sign. And then before we get too far, he was at work again. Alva's walking by. He asked her if she's got that file. And she says, no, I checked this file and this file, which are the two files that Peter had already told her he checked. And he scolds her for that. I already checked those. I told you to check. Which is true.
Files.
Which is true. He did say that, so she didn't do what he said.
Right, yeah.
And we're going to find that there's just like reams of papers that she has to go through.
Days and days of just flipping one sheet after one sheet after one sheet just to find the contract.
So, Steve, when I started getting tired last night, it was right here. So, this is right.
Oh,
so
yeah?
This was like as far as I got last night.
The second bar scene when he actually, this is where he meets Rachel. Who
he's sitting with? What is he sitting with? A couple of blokes here, and they're talking about IRAs and taxes and all this. And if I was sitting there, I'd go sit by Rachel too. Like, this is boring as hell. Let me get up and just go right over here.
Oh, well, he does. He goes like the guy asked him a question about taxes or something like that. He goes, "Yeah, it would at the end of the year be about $700, right? Right, Peter?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah,
whatever." Well,
but then he walks away. But this girl later on is in the movie. I mean, is a real person. So I think it's one of his exes that he starts fantasizing this all about.
Possibly.
But here,
we just don't know.
Exactly. But here he
and that's the thing. The film is a little ambiguous.
Ambiguous
that might turn some people off. It doesn't turn me off, but it might turn some people off who like to have everything spoon fed and boxed in. People who don't like David Lynch movies and stuff like that.
Yeah. People don't get the dark humor.
Well, there's lots of it here, and so he tells this girl Rachel, he said, "Hey, I like your earrings," and that pretty much seals the deal. They're in bed, and
she's in her
humping and
black panties, and
they show her, they reveal her to have fangs, and he's biting, she's chomping down.
He's pushes his neck
at first, but then it's almost like he starts getting into it and almost getting that, that kind of. The good vampire movies always have that, it's pleasurable,
right.
After a while, after you get
plus he can't overwhelm her. I mean, he can't overpower her,
No, man, he's not trying too hard, but then he's like, yes,
And you know what? In this scene, I guess Jennifer Beals definitely. I mean, her boobs are that. Oh my God! Look at the butt.
She's always got that heaving. Look, you can see the pad.
I was going to say, a pad
covering up her nip.
Yeah, to cover up the areola and nipple part.
The areola.
Because it's about a good.
You've seen it.
3 or 4 inch like round pad.
Yeah, it's about a foot in diameter.
Oh man! So and then she gets done after feeding.
It's okay.
Blood dripping down her mouth.
Why can't they be a little bit neater about it?
She almost looks like Lisa Bonet. That's a problem I always have with vampire flicks that do this.
Drool.
It's just for the
Like our subspecies.
Right. It's just for the... Oh, my God. Subspecies.
Yeah, that don't get way better if we do any of the others.
Way too much drool.
Yeah.
Oh, it continues in the more other
Well,
movies.
you think Radu's going to stop drooling all of a sudden? He's always got shit hanging from his mouth.
Radu has got, in subspecies movies, has got some drool.
They're good movies, but man, just that freaking drool.
Okay.
Next morning
he wakes up, he shaves.
Nicks himself where he got bit.
And this is where he has the Band-Aid on his neck and keeps it there pretty much the whole film. But he comes walking out with coffee. Right. And he goes, well, I hope you like my coffee because I'm not running.
Hands it over and there's no one on the other side of the bed. Now, when I was watching this, I'm like, okay, now is that going to...
And he's shaking.
Just like dangle in the air. Like maybe he sees her, but it didn't. His hand just starts shaking.
Yeah.
So again, another little instance of his, oncoming psychosis.
Yeah.
And that's really what this is about. It's interesting in that way.
Because right there, you go,
God, he was so young here. Look at him.
Oh my God, yeah. He's a young Elvis Presley. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Just an intense dude. I don't know what he's like in real life, but just
he'd probably be a really cool guy to hang around.
I don't know.
Although, didn't he? He had a lot of money trouble, and had to sell off a lot of his because he was OCD on buying like luxury boats and paintings and cars and things.
He got $40,000 for this movie. He bought I think a Stingray maybe or something like that, which he still has.
So he kept that one.
Yeah, he kept the car for. He's like, that's my Vampire's Kiss car.
Did he say that? Yeah. Oh my God.
That's his car. He bought a car with his fee from this film. He bought a car, and he even said, I think, it might even been in the commentary. I can't remember that it's worth the same amount today that it was when he bought it. So he knows he overpaid for it, but
right.
So he and Jackie are at a museum looking at some crappy art. Looks like someone
took
hair and stuck it on the wall. And he says, I gotta go to the bathroom. He leaves and basically just leaves Jackie there, gets in a cab and hops away. And that's not going to bode well for her. She's not going to like that. And the next scene is him
he left her.
Kind of laying on the couch, staring off into space in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Little ray of sunlight coming through. And what kind of hat is she wearing? It's a hat without a top.
Exactly. It was 80s
sort of fro
fashion
out there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, 80s fashion, like Sex in the City, even though that was 90s or wasn't it 90s?
I'm straight. I didn't watch that show. My wife watched it. She has the DVDs.
Exactly.
I know of it, but I don't.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. I think we can say we know of it.
I know of it, but
wasn't it in the late 90s or something like that? Or was it 2000s?
Obviously it was in the 2000s.
Was it? Okay, yeah. See, well,
I guess it was in the 2000s.
That's how much. But yeah, they all had.
I'm straight. I didn't watch that.
Weird fashions.
It had nothing to do with me.
What are you saying? You're straight?
Because I'm straight.
You want me to tell you something?
Tell me something.
I'm straight as a frickin' I don't know what. And I actually got caught up in some of that Sex in the City, believe it or not.
I'll tell you what, you got tendencies then.
But you know why? I think a scene appeared with Sarah, even though Sarah Jessica Parker's face is, she looks like a donkey. I'm sorry. Did I go there?
You did, man. And you're not wrong.
But she was wearing this outfit.
No.
And okay.
It don't matter what she wears.
And the other lady.
Ain't none of them good looking. The one looked like David Bowie, circa 1975.
Samantha, the one from Porky's. You remember the girl?
Porky's. That's the only good thing she ever done in her life.
Well, she's
in Star Trek 6.
Yeah, there you go.
She was a Vulcan.
Can't remember her name. What's her name? You usually know everything, Ted.
I could tell you, but then, it ruined my street cred. Okay. So.
Yeah.
So I have to pretend I don't know. I don't watch that crap.
Oh my god. Well, what I was saying was he kept the Stingray, so you must know that he really did like what he did in this movie. So he probably liked this.
Yeah, it was I think it was like his first sports car that he bought. First big payday.
Well,
this movie didn't.
Peggy Sue got married before. He probably got paid more money there. Raising Arizona.
I don't know if he got paid more. He only got $40,000 for this gig. I don't know what he got for the other ones.
There's no way he did Raising Arizona for $40,000.
I mean, how much?
That's
you
a
also,
little
you also
bit
have to
of
go
money.
based on how much those movies cost to make. A movie like Raising Arizona isn't going to cost that much to make. This movie didn't cost that much to make. You know, it might only cost like $4 million or something like that, and only you got to pay everybody else. And plus, he wasn't demanding those bigger fees
Paychecks,
back then.
yeah.
You know, it was shortly after this where he really, Moonstruck, he started coming into it. You know, he got some acclaim for Wild at Heart because Wild at Heart won the big award at the Cannes Film Festival. And then, throughout the 90s, The Rock and Snake Eyes,
a little bit
and 8
bigger.
Millimeter. Yeah, he started to become, the bigger name. I mean, he's a far bigger name now.
Oh, but the way SAG worked, during that
he got his Oscar
time,
in was it mid-90s, I think?
Yeah, so and all actors.
Sure. So he
went up,
is.
so.
I don't think even in this film he was quite where he needed to be.
Yeah.
What did we miss? Was he at his shrink again, or
he went back there to say something? I don't know.
She was asking him again to follow up on the whole issue with the bat, and he was just playing it off like he didn't remember anything.
Oh yeah,
and when he did, he's like, "Oh well, I was a little drunk.
I was a little drunk.
I had some alcohol."
Yeah, I don't know that mattered.
And
but
then the next day or later that day at work,
he comes back and he
Alva! Have you found the file? No, you haven't found the file because it's not on my desk. Is it here? Is it here?
Yes,
Is it here?
yes.
And
I don't see it. Well, Alva,
is this where
you're going to sit here and you're going to listen to me?
Is this where the guy was calling about
yes,
it?
That's what I was going to say.
Is that what this part is?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I want you to be here when
That's kinda how he talks.
Explain
when I have to
what
do
he's
this
going to
song
do
and
to
dance.
Me. Yes. And it's funny, the guy gets...
There it is. Right there, he's doing that little point. Out!
Alva!
Go!
Find it now, Alva!
That's Sailor from Wild at Heart,
Yeah.
Rockin' good news.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess this isn't the part yet where the guy actually called, but he's always grilling her about, where's the file? Where's that file?
That file should be in there somewhere, Alva. Yeah.
Why haven't you found it yet? And, she's trying to explain that there's reams and reams of folders to go through,
and that whole office, all those other people.
And she says, I have lots of other things I have to do too. It's like, if you just want me to do this and only this, okay. And what is it? Is this Reggie's?
Reggie's.
Is this Reggie's?
From Seinfeld, Reggie's Diner. Bizarro coffee house.
Yes.
No, this is Munson's Diner.
This would be cool, go to New York. I've never been to New York City.
And go to one of these old style diners like this.
It's just like a train car or a trailer.
Yeah.
And, he just gets pissy because he hasn't gotten any service yet and he storms out.
No. This all plays into what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The two girls behind him in the back seat start talking about her relationship and yes, we're getting married on next month.
Right, and he hasn't found anybody.
Yeah, so in love and that's what's going on, you know. He can't find love. He can't find that relationship.
I think that's what it's all about, just because he can't find any love.
And he's
the mimes.
Yes, he runs out. Well, he runs out of this diner.
Back, it's not home. It's just a building.
And it's a building. He gets pissed and goes.
And I think it's a whorehouse. Because see, look, here's a priest.
Well, he runs out of the diner and says, "This grease joint." Yeah, and runs past the mimes who are like French mimes.
Let me tell you something.
Who do the same thing over and over and over.
I was focusing on Peter during that scene. And just the part where the mimes are doing this little act, and then the guy mime pretends to bitch smack and I think, I don't know, you hear a smack, so it's almost like it's real. Here comes a pimp.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this hat. He's got the feather on his hat.
Yo, girl.
And I thought it was like people actually really fighting and hitting each other. I'm like, what was that? And then I realized it was mimes. So, I wasn't paying as much. So this must be a bordello here, because I've just seen a priest come out with a little girl, and that ain't nothing new for priests. I'm surprised it wasn't a boy.
A bordello. It's like any kind of these little...
A haberdashery.
Yeah.
And... like I said,
the lobby of any lobby in New York of
and there's the old man who's in charge of letting them in.
Hotel, motel, whatever. Yeah. That stuff's going on.
It's like in Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
And he calls up Jackie.
And Basket Case.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this place is just like the hotel in Basket Case. Absolutely.
Go back and watch her. Go back and listen to our commentary on Basket Case.
One of the best movies we ever did.
Oh, I love it.
Fun movie. Not something I'm going to watch 3 times a week or anything.
But fun as hell.
It was a fun flick. And
so he calls that hot little mama.
Jack A to explain, oh, I was sick. It wasn't me. I want a chance to make it up to you. We're going to meet at this restaurant at 9 o'clock. And that's what they're going to do. Yeah. So, okay, what am I going to do till 9 o'clock, man? But, I was just going to say something. I can't remember. This is still, one of the things we talked about during our basket case commentary is just how gritty and dirty New York City was. And this is like the very end of that, I think. Shortly after this, Giuliani's going to take over and basically turn, New York City into, Disney World where, you can walk around and count your money out in the open. No one's going to bother you. But this is still areas where it's a little dangerous, I think. Still a little dirty and seedy around here.
Crooklyn.
Yo,
do the right thing. That's the movie that we were talking about last week.
Oh, the one that I would never watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I couldn't remember the name.
Movies.
Exactly. And I couldn't remember the name, though. And it was driving me... Because the one guy in there would carry around that big, gigantic boombox that was like... The size of it. It was like a TV on his shoulder.
See, I don't know.
Yeah, and he's walking around it. And he walks right into Danny Aiello's pizza joint, Italian, booming the box, and he tells him, "Get that, turn that stuff off." And they're thinking he's racist and telling him, "What are you talking about right here?" Who walks into somebody's restaurant with it just booming, booming, booming?
New York City, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
So what do we got here? We have back to the movie.
Is he back at his place? Where is he at?
Peter Lowe comes back to his apartment.
You've got that accent kind of
Peter
down.
Lowe.
Yeah, like that. No, Peter Lowe.
He comes back in and he puts his suitcase down on the floor.
Why is there a purse hanging up on the thing? There's ladies' clothes in it just hanging up there.
But he comes home and he hears somebody knocking at the front door.
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there.
Hey, look at that. It looks like a lady's coat and a purse right there.
It is.
Well, whose is it?
I have no idea. One of his lady friends.
It's Rachel's.
Isn't that funny?
Maybe
Ted,
she's just there.
I never realized that.
Yeah, no, I didn't catch it the first time either. But it's almost like something's not letting him leave to go meet Jackie.
He heard a knock at the door, so he's kind of scared. Like who? I think he's
at the door. No one's there.
I think he's in fear of Rachel. At this point, because he doesn't want that to keep going on. He fights her every time up until a certain point. But yeah, he eventually leaves to go meet Jackie.
He's heading down the stairs. She's already there. And puffing away on smokes and drinking some cocktails.
Those little slim...
That son of a bitch is late.
Yeah, he
damn white boy.
He isn't getting a third chance with me, man. Nah, girl. You don't take that stuff from that man.
Ass.
That man don't walk all over you. Oh, no.
Oh, so he's about to head out the door, and who's coming down the steps?
See?
Rachel,
he was worried
in black.
He was worried about leaving, and he had every right to, because who shows up coming down the steps after him is Rachel. And he untightens that thing.
And she's like, "I'm the jealous type. You can't go out with her. You get your
Rachel."
And you see those tiny little fangs, and it's like you get your booty back up there.
Yeah.
There we go. Grabs him by the scrotes and like back up the stairs.
The scrotes.
By the scrotes.
I pull
I'm
him
gonna
up
write
by
him
the scrotes.
Here's Jack A. I'm gonna write him a message on this napkin, which will say, "Stay out of my life."
Yeah, and she'll tape it up onto like the mailboxes in his apartment building. Rachel takes and grabs his hand and pulls him back up to the apartment.
Yeah.
And as he's walking up like Dracula. He's very stiff.
She's got those same movements, man. Up. Like she's heaving.
Oh, every time it's the same scene. Man. Well, they probably just filmed this like two or three times. No, that's the sad part. I mean, look at... Damn. I mean, Jennifer Beals, man. I mean, she
had an easy gig. Yeah, I just have to like suck on Nicolas Cage's neck a few times, and I'm pretty much done.
Talking about her body, man.
Well, it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. I mean,
holy hell!
Her whole ass is covered up. Can't see it.
Fit as hell. But anyways,
what's the big deal about the ass anyway? As Andrew Dice Clay said, 2 chunks of flesh that shit tumbles out of.
But two beautiful mountains.
2 beautiful chunks of...
2 beautiful mountains on each side of that valley.
I guess.
Oh my God.
I'd say she's got a pretty face. It's just,
I'm talking about the body.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
So we're back at
Let's see how it is now.
Back at the office. And he
yikes!
He jumps up. He's hollering for Alva, and she won't answer him.
Yeah.
He's going, Alva!
He comes out there and just, from a standing position, jumps up on the desk. There you are!
Yeah, there you
and
are.
points right at her.
Alva!
And he literally chases her out of the office, chasing her down the hallway.
All the way down
into the ladies' john.
Yes.
And there's some old lady. What's all this? What the fuck is going on?
And he puts his hands up because the bright light, he's like, oh my God, I'm in here. What?
Right. She doesn't stick her. This old bag doesn't stick around to help.
No kidding. You think she'd stick around? And she's
get a security guard or something?
And she's in the
office
part of the
her,
office. Yeah.
And she's
Alva, you okay? But he does kind of get I'm
sorry. It's not what I meant. And
Alva, this is just, I did not mean this. I'm so sorry.
And he does this throughout the movie. He gets that hot and cold. He'll be really nice to her, and she'll kind of kowtow to him a little bit, and then
schizophrenic.
Yeah, and then at the drop of a pin, here she is looking through all these files. Here's another goddamn piece of paper. There's another goddamn piece of paper. Oh, sweetie, are you okay? Do you want to go have a smoke break?
Yeah.
Me and the girls are gonna go have a break.
We're gonna play bingo later. You want to join us?
Mahjong?
Yeah, my name's Bertha. This is Eleanor. Yeah.
And then look, there's a staff meeting with the higher ups, and they know about what happened.
They're making fun,
and they're laughing and gaveriting about it like it ain't no thing.
They're like, "Did you see him jump up on that table and point at her?
Right, she asked me for a raise. You should give it to her."
Yeah, Nicolas Cage's fake.
Yeah.
Overacted laugh is just great. Yeah, but yeah, these other guys.
There's always the one guy's got to have the bow tie on.
Oh yeah, you gotta love bow ties.
He looks like a movie critic.
Cisco and Ebert.
And here's the boss. Yeah, it's gonna come out of your end there later. Oh, ha, ha.
You're gonna get yours later.
Like, really? How lame.
Oh my God.
Like, this would be a big disciplinary hearing. Like, Peter, we
don't get it.
Doing this, we got.
Oh, are you kidding me?
We're gonna have to suspend you for a little while without pay. You're gonna get out of here.
We need to
do this
follow
again.
up on this.
You need to go to anger management. We got to do all these things for you. Anger
management.
This is what it would be.
Well,
but in this movie, again, maybe this is just a fantasy of his, where everyone thinks how he's acting is cool. But it's not. It's not cool because he hurt people's feelings.
Yeah, well, I think what's going on is really...
Conchita probably shit her pants running down the hallway.
Yeah. Well, she had to wear
and look how upset he gets when he sees the "Stay Out of My Life" napkin taped to his... Really, he rips it all up.
Rips it apart.
He's way more upset about this than I thought. I mean...
Well...
It doesn't seem to warrant this kind of being upset. But
well, I think deep down inside he did care, but... Because he's losing it and going insane. I guess. That, he's back and forth, hot and cold. I mean, if you're losing your mind,
he didn't know her well enough to miss her when she's gone.
Well, I think she was a little bit more of a girlfriend than,
Maybe. Oh, did you see that awesome kick to the lamp? I love that, man.
Yeah, he took
it right up. He's destroying his house.
Yes, after he rips that napkin up, he just destroys the house by kicking it, throwing the furniture everywhere, and... looks at the mirror and even punches at it and kicks at it and stuff. Right. He's destroying everything.
This is intercut with scenes of Alva on the subway. This is how she gets home to Pelham. And there's a homeless dude just singing a song and shaking his... every time I go downtown, and those homeless guys always have their cup. They come up to you and jiggle their change.
Yeah.
I always tell them the same thing. I know you got more money than me. Quit rubbing it in my face. Yeah, I know you're richer than me. Quit rubbing it in my face.
Yeah, we're not from a city like New York or anything like that. We're in Cleveland.
Yeah, we got bums.
Well, we got some, but there's also the group of people who get their "I'm homeless" signs and
standing at the freeway.
But there's tons of exposés done on these people where they make more money than your average working class citizen.
Right. And I hate when I see people. My wife has given them things like not money, but food and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I could see that, but you know what? One time, I
buy me a sandwich.
I was around somebody like that, and they refused it. They said, "No, I didn't. You don't have to do that. Just give me." They just wanted the money. Yeah. They probably just got back from a full meal, and they're already.
That's right. Oh, what's the matter? Your stomach full? Well, F you, buddy.
It was so. Yeah, but yeah. That's.
You can empty your ashtray from your car on their feet.
Take that, you
Spit on him. So what's up here? He's
back
destroying his apartment, and he's back at his shrink's here. I forget her name. You have to forgive me, but
Shrink's hair.
Yeah, I Shrink's hair.
Shrink's hair.
What are they talking about?
Shrink's
this time?
hair.
I don't
down
know.
there.
I think this is where.
Oh,
is this where he's talking about the file? Is this where he's going to do the alphabet?
Oh, I think so. Yes.
All right, Death Twitch will love this then. His favorite part of the movie here, because
he's trying to explain to his psychiatrist how does someone. It's a file. How does somebody lose a file? It's there.
Right.
It's not missing. It's nowhere.
It's in there somewhere. Why can't she find it?
He goes, "Isn't that correct?"
Right.
And she goes,
says, "Well, maybe it was misfiled, put in a wrong
well, at
folder."
first she said, "Yes, you're right."
Mm-hmm.
But then, as she sees him going on and on,
maybe it was misfiled. No, it was not misfiled.
Yes.
You know, it's just in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
A, B, C order. And this is where he's going to do it here.
He starts getting mad at
no, wait a minute.
Yes, he starts getting mad at her. What are you trying to say here? Nothing gets misfiled. I put it in the files myself. And he says, in order, like you said, and he jumps up and he starts screaming the alphabet.
B, C, D. And she's like, okay, that's great. You know the alphabet.
Every single
going for it.
Every single letter in the alphabet. He flips. He freaks out. And he kind of falls back into that persona.
He's doing it.
D, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. But he falls back into the persona with the psychiatrist. You know how you said he acts a different way in front of her?
Yes.
He kind of falls into that here.
Mm-hmm.
And then folds his hands and he's kind of like, oh, the axe. Oh, you guys got to watch this movie. Especially if you like Nicolas Cage. This is a role
there's 3 people out there that do, and you're one of them. I don't hate Nicolas Cage. I'm just saying. I mean, I couldn't take a whole oeuvre of films of him acting like this.
Depends what the films were.
It didn't matter. I mean, if they put him in a Star Wars movie, I may not go see it.
What?
If they put him in a Star Wars movie, I probably wouldn't go see it. If he's going to act like this.
Well,
I mean, I'm already not going to go see a Han Solo movie, but, whatever. Yeah, I know. What a joke.
Han Solo.
Isn't that a joke?
Just all Han's.
You're gonna recast Han Solo.
They have to. He's an old man now. If they want to kind of continue.
Why did we even need a Han? Are they going to tell us how he and Chewbacca met? Are they going to tell us how Lando's a scoundrel? How he got them? We're going to learn all this crap. I don't even want to see it.
The thing is, okay, and we'll go.
We're not missing much here.
We'll go off a little bit here, but yeah, the whole Star Wars saga and universe that they got going now. The fact that they're concentrating on the old characters is just for Hollywood's sake. Okay,
they're just going to churn out a movie every year, and you're going to get so tired of it.
Which is why that universe of Star Wars is so vast. You can make a Star Wars movie that has nothing to do with Han Solo, Leia, Luke, Jabba, any of them, Boba. Because so much was going on, Ted, right?
Now, did you see this new one that came out around Christmas time?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm waiting for it to come out on DVD, then I will watch it.
I'll tell you, it ain't horrible, but everybody was sucking its long one.
Yeah.
There's all these characters in it. I don't remember, but like one of their names, and they're also cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of depth to any of them.
No.
The one main character, okay, you get a little bit of her backstory, and we feel bad for her. Whatever.
Yeah.
But everybody else, you don't get to know well enough to miss them when they get killed or whatever.
All right.
You know, and it's like that's my feelings on it. So
no, I don't.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I say I like it. Sure, I liked it, but.
I just told you. I think they could.
Nothing's going to hold a candle to the OG.
We've gone over this before, over and over. Okay, well, right here, let's get back to.
We'll do Star Wars.
Let's get back to the movie in a second. For a second here.
Alva's getting ready to go home for the day,
and Peter Lowe is. This is where he puts her down and tells her she is not leaving.
Yeah, wouldn't you like to stay late
and
get
some overtime?
And find that file?
Yeah, you're going to stay here.
Yeah, she's like, I thought I'd go home. And yeah, this is where he really, this is the worst
lays
acting
it
he does.
into
In the
her.
whole, basically telling her, you are going to find that file. You are the lowest of the low here. I can't give this, because she says, maybe I was going to ask you if you could reassign it to someone else or get me another secretary to help.
Yeah.
And he's like, I would not give this job to someone else. You are the lowest on the totem pole. Even if someone was here one day more than you, I wouldn't ask them to do this job. It's for you and you alone.
And he's got these psychotic eyes as
Look
he's
at
telling
that.
her.
I couldn't even imagine being an actress and having to act across from this nonsense. Looking at him and just going, I don't even know what to do with you.
But nevertheless, she's...
Look at him right there.
I know, he's crazy. He's going insane. Looks kind of like
there's
a vampire
just something
bat.
wrong with him, dude. In the movie, in real life, whatever, there's something wrong with
movie.
him. No, there's something wrong with him.
We have done so many movies. So many bad acting. So many weird acting.
Okay, so is this bad acting or good acting?
I think this is a man who's got some artistic talent.
But does the material warrant this kind of acting?
Let me ask you this. You love Twin Peaks, don't you?
I like Twin Peaks. I don't love Twin Peaks.
You don't. Do you like John Lynch? I mean, David Lynch. Shut up. No, don't say it. I did it last week. I messed up. David Lynch.
Admittedly, not as much as I used to.
Okay, I'm trying to make a point.
I know.
What's one person's overboard is not another person's. You know, I love David Lynch's stuff because it's so crazy and out there. Just for that fact.
Yeah, I don't.
Whereas most people would look at it and go, what the hell is going on?
He burned me with Inland Empire, and I swear to God, I'm glad it's the last movie he made, because I said I'm not gonna.
Never watched it.
If you want to waste 3 hours of your life, go right ahead.
I won't.
Maybe someone out there will disagree. There's people out there that convince themselves that it's good.
Yeah.
It's not. And plus, it burned me too, because I got a ticket on the way home from seeing the movie, and it just, you know what? I feel like David Lynch owes me $100. Because not only did I drive out to the other side of town to see your stupid movie, I got a ticket on the way home. Because the driving lanes were confusing.
Oh my God. So yeah, you're a little upset over that.
Yeah, I think he owes me $100. Yeah. And if I ever meet him, I'd tell him that.
Boy, we can become, we really do become Siskel and Ebert on some stuff, don't we?
Some stuff,
but that makes, I mean, majority of stuff
what I like by David Lynch, I love a lot. I love Dune. I think Elephant Man is great. I love Blue Velvet. I love Lost Highway. I think it's better than Mulholland Drive, even though most people seem to like Mulholland Drive better. And right now, Jennifer Beals is getting half naked here. We got to get back on this.
Yeah, she's back in.
Peter Lowe, after going off on Conchita,
Peter Lowe
was walking home with some groceries and comes by a church where there's a big neon blue cross, and he's and he falls down and he
drops
can't look
his bag
at it.
Of food and stuff.
And a guy helps him up, and he just kind of runs across the street without his bag and gets home, and there's Rachel about ready to.
You said that scene like it was just like. So pathetic, and like what's wrong with the movie? And so, Teddy thinks he's becoming a vampire.
He does.
Don't you get that?
Well, I mean, he could. I don't know.
How about putting it? If you were sitting with me and we were watching this together, you might maybe have a little bit more of an open mind on why this.
This is the best part of the movie right here, because they're watching a good vampire movie, Nosferatu.
Well, exactly. Yes. Yes, they got black and white original
now,
Nosferatu.
This is the vampire movie right here. Oh, you can't beat Nosferatu. Oh, Max Schreck.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And he grabs her like
by the heart.
Looked almost like the breast.
But well, the heart. Yeah, squeezing her heart with the shadow. Now, you want to see, now that's a movie.
Well, yeah.
That's a movie.
But there's all different kinds of movies.
There's lots of different kinds. There's good ones, there's bad ones. And I'm not saying this is a bad movie. This is just... I'm just not sure how I feel about it.
It's funny how you can go into... Right. And it's funny how you can go into a movie...
Like, I certainly like the ideas in this movie.
Yeah.
I just think that...
Did you initially, you just really don't care for Nicolas Cage?
No, because I like Wild at Heart. I like The Rock. I like... I've seen him in a couple of movies that, that are pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's not my favorite by a long shot or anything like that. But I don't think I've seen him be so over the top as this film. I don't know if he's ever been more over the top than this film.
Have you watched? You've seen Raising Arizona?
Ages ago. Not enough to
Did
really
you ever see
comment.
Peggy Sue Got Married?
I do recall it.
Okay.
I know I've seen it.
I mean,
but
that, Wild at Heart, all three of those
I
movies.
just remember him saying, "What about the Dion tickets?" That's all I really remember.
Yeah. He acts very similar to this. I mean, I do say, I mean, this is the most over the top, but the movies needs him to be that way. He's going insane. He's right here. He's taking a shower.
Insane, and then there's just...
It's the next morning after all of that. He's taking a shower.
And we see him talking to someone. We presume it's Rachel.
Yes.
And, you want to come in with me? And then, he's like, okay, come in. And then he's just pretending that she's tickling him. And
stop it.
So he wants love that bad, man. He's just he's pretending this all.
Oh.
And then what's this?
He looks in the mirror and he touches the mirror.
He's like this.
And like it burns him, he flinches away.
Touches it.
And stops and walks away like nothing.
And probably the second best part of the movie, right here. Yes. Where he picks up a cockroach and eats it.
Protein.
Actually ate the cockroach.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah.
And not only that, he did it 2 times. They did 2 takes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about hardcore right there.
Well, you see that in Survivor and all this other stuff,
Yeah, but it's when you don't. Okay, you're in a position where you kind of have to eat a bug. But
no,
here, I mean, there's a catered lunch waiting for you.
Right.
At 11:30, and you're eating.
He's a fan of the old Dracula and stuff like that. So
very Renfield-ish.
Exactly.
There we go.
So in his mind, as an actor, he said, "You know what? I want to make this like that."
That was the original. I think idea was for him to eat some raw eggs or something like that. Yeah. And he's the one. I think he's the one who had the idea of the bug.
Yeah.
And I think the director didn't quite agree with him at first, but then we get this, and it turned out I think to be the better. I think he was right.
Yeah. No.
If it's like Nick, if you're willing to eat a bug, all right, dude.
Oh, I'm sure there came a point to where the directors just said, go with it.
When you're not an experienced director and you're new, I mean, like I said, it'd be like a first time director trying to tell Marlon Brando or Gene Hackman or somebody like that what to do. I mean, even someone like Francis Ford Coppola, who Nick Cage is related to, even on Apocalypse Now, he just came off doing Godfather. He directed Marlon Brando before, and Apocalypse Now had a hard time. Getting him to do what he wanted him to do.
Right.
Like Brando said, I'm just going to make up my own dialogue.
Quick glimpse of Dora the Explorer in bed.
Vamonos. Let's go. She didn't go. Conchita didn't go to work today.
No, she took the Snake River. That's favorite cartoon. Dora. Woo. 5.
Yep, she didn't go, and her mother comes in there and she's reaming her a new one. You think because you don't like your boss, you don't have to go to work? I hate my boss. I go to work. I don't cry about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's see if your boss chased you down the hallway into the ladies' room.
Meanwhile,
I mean, he's really riding her ass.
Oh yeah, and meanwhile, he goes, can you have Elva step in here, please?
Right.
And she said, she called in sick today. Yeah. So he goes through the file, gets her address.
Let's go into her house.
Takes a taxi out to her house because she's not there. And this is as nuts as you get, man.
Yeah.
I would have called.
Maybe he's not a very likable character in this film. No. Maybe that's what the disconnect with me is. It's just that he's so damn unlikable.
Oh, and there she is.
Yeah, now see, she looks all right here in her brassiere, ironing, watching TV, and then he's look at him just peeking in the window,
like a maid should do.
Yeah.
Oh, what you do, Mister?
It's like what, bitch? If you did not want people to see you in your brassiere, then you shouldn't be standing by a window, whether there's Venetian blinds or not, in your bra. You deserve it.
Wonder why everybody asks me why do you close your blinds and all your curtains so early?
I'm walking around naked.
What are you worried about people looking in for? That's exactly it.
There you go.
Because people who are going to walk by and see an open curtain are going to be going like this.
That's right. I do.
I mean,
I try to catch a view.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I can see a little piece of ass or something like that.
You have that video. Going 24/7 when you go for your walks.
Right.
They're pointed sideways, both sides of the street.
And I go home and I watch it. Check it out. See what's going on in the
that's
neighborhood.
why you got no time. You got no time.
No time.
Ugh.
Oh, look at that. He's,
I like how he says, because she was supposedly sick, he's knocking at the window and he goes, "I'm here for a peace offering.
I brought soup.
And here it's only like a dry...
What is it, like a cup
packet.
of soup? Maybe it's like one of those old cup of soup.
Yeah, dry packet thing, and he goes, "Peace offering." And she's like, believes him and goes, "Okay, go to the door."
Yeah, he's like, I'd really like you to come back. And
so he gets, he says everything.
That's where he's like being apologetic and nice, and she's falling for it.
Yes. And gets her to get in the car.
Yeah.
But think about it. Your boss comes there and acts like this and pretty much almost forcing her because, what's she going to do? He's acting...
At least she's smart enough not to invite him in case he does turn into Dracula.
Invite him in.
Don't invite his ass in.
That's funny.
And please come into the cab.
The taxi awaits.
All right, give me a couple of minutes to get dressed. I'll be right out.
Yes, I'll be right out, mister.
See?
Mister, I come to work with you. Very soon I put stuff on. Oh.
All right, so Salma Hayek's going to go and get her dress on. She'll be right out.
She does look like Salma Hayek there.
I guess so.
A little bit.
What's the difference?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, what's the difference? This lady, Salma Hayek, what's the difference?
I'm Marika Chita Alonso. I'm Salma Hayek.
They all got big eyebrows.
We got big eyebrows.
Yeah, look at this guy, man. Hey, where are you going?
Just go.
Just
go.
And
Freaking
this
bitch.
how it really is in New York, where you're driving in a cab and people are just having all these personal discussions in the backseat?
I know, I was thinking of that.
And completely ignoring that this person hears it all. I mean, if you and I were in New York, would you be having these serious discussions in the back of a cab with someone else listening? No, like, I'm sorry, honey, I couldn't get it up, but,
Well, they say a taxi driver's like a priest, so whatever's said in the taxi stays in the taxi. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm sure that's true.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, they take vows and everything, don't they? Before they get their cab
Remember
license.
that HBO show that used to be on? It was called Taxi Cab Confessions.
I've heard of
name of
it, but I never watched it.
They'd put cameras up in the taxi cabs and catch stuff that goes on late at night in the taxi, like in New York and stuff like that.
Probably everything you can imagine.
Oh, most of it was like sex acts going on.
I'm sure a couple
and
of
the
guys
taxi
BFing in there.
Taxi drivers just watching through the thing, and they're getting off on the thing. Meanwhile, okay, the movie.
He's being all nice and in the cab. He's like, "We're gonna go back and we're gonna find that file."
And he goes, and he's being so psychotic. He goes. Ugh!
Well, right, yeah.
Like he's gonna vomit.
This is something that goes on through the rest of the damn picture.
And if you know something about mental illness and stuff like this, when you're going off the deep end and you're going nuts,
is that what happens? You get nauseous.
Stuff. It's part of it, yeah.
Okay.
Because your mind's it's whacked and it's just trying to, So he's just he's like it's just fact.
Fortunately, they're driving by Romero's auto and truck repair.
And her brother works there.
Right. Can we stop it? I owe my brother some money and he works right there. Can we stop? And she just jumps out there, Emilio! Mm-hmm. And it's been mentioned before that in her handbag she carries a gun.
Yeah.
At that staff meeting we were talking about, before everyone was laughing about it, they do mention that
the
she
guy
carries
says
a gun.
Yeah, she carries a gun.
Yep, because the neighborhood she lives in, and she's asking Emilio for some bullets for the gun, not to go ask her to help him.
And
help her with this dude. Give me some bullets for the gun.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, he's also telling her, I don't like my boss. My boss does crazy. Nobody really understands what her boss is doing.
Right. Well, she knows. Maybe she's not telling him.
But here's where I would think she would. Why get back in the cab and go back to work?
No idea.
I would be with my brother and I would say, man, I can't go back. This guy's crazy. He's going to kill me. He's going to rape me. Something's going on. Please don't make me go in there. And being a brother, you would say, yeah, no, I'll talk to Mom. You don't have to do this, man. This guy's nuts. But no.
He just keeps blanks anyway. Well, fine, give me the blanks.
Yes.
Which actually, blanks can still kill you, but...
Even though later he puts the gun in his mouth and shoots it
twice.
Yeah,
right? That's what the director had to actually tell him. You know, blanks can still kill you, dude. I mean, Brandon Lee. Mm-hmm. It's, mishap like that. Yeah. So he gives her some blanks, and in the meantime, Peter's still in the cab.
She was in Predator, Maria Conchita Alonso, wasn't she? I think she was the female in Predator.
That was an Asian lady. No, this is not her. No, it was an Asian lady.
She was
because they were like in
gonna have
Cambodia
to
or
IMDb
someplace
her,
like that.
but she was in one of those.
Conchita Alonso.
Yeah.
Vieira Diego.
Maria Conchita Alonso Cotero Comida Sadera Campana Catiza El Bueno.
Yeah. And the cab driver showing a picture of his big hefty wife there, and he's like, "Yeah, your life. That's your love and your work. That's life.
This is work. This is love."
Yeah, I mean that's your whole life, dude. Driving a cab and loving your wife.
Well, hey, I guess if you gotta get,
maybe
you got to get paid.
Maybe read a good book in between.
You got to get laid.
Got to get paid if you want to get laid.
You gotta love her. You gotta let her through. You gotta do it.
And then they pull outside the. I guess this looks like a church, but I guess this is the building where he works.
Yeah.
And he tells him like $24. And he's pissed because he's like, freaking cleaned me out.
Freaking clean me out.
He just throws the money at him.
And the guy just laughs and takes
Oh yeah,
off.
because he's like, I just spent $50 on cab rides to bring you here.
Yeah, because she thinks everything's... Well, no, she don't think it, because he freaked out in the car and stuff.
Well, he made her think that it's not that big of a deal. We'll find it. It's going to be a good day. Here he is, man. He's putting his hand on her.
He comes up to
now
her.
He's starting to wear the sunglasses.
Yeah.
This is a new thing now. Now look at this. He pulls her hair back.
Yeah, no.
Talking all mean to her.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have this.
No, this would get you total... Yeah, I mean, this part... is one part I don't... But you know what?
Lady, you got to tell somebody.
But you wouldn't have this movie if this is what... if this didn't go on.
I mean, if that... that'd be okay, too.
But he goes into the bathroom. And there's a guy in the stall...
Oh, yeah.
That's going to overhear what goes on.
Did you notice when he walked in there, the guy started tapping his foot right away?
Oh, God.
That ever happened to you when you walk into a men's room?
No.
Guy in the stall taps his foot right away?
No.
That means he's open and available.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
And what is he doing? He's saying, where am I?
He's
where
freaking
am I?
out.
Touching the mirror. And the guy in the stall's like, hey, can you keep it down? I'm trying to take a dump.
Yeah.
And what is he? I don't know what he's thinking here.
He's thinking he can't see himself in the mirrors. There's no reflection. And he runs out like a little... He's biting his fist like...
And the guy said, why don't you go in the ladies' room?
Oh, it's too much, man. I love the way he acts.
It's all too much for me to take.
Was that Europe?
Mm-mm.
Warrant?
It's a Beatles song, man.
Oh,
Yellow
what?
Submarine.
Oh.
It's all too much.
Ted got himself a Lego kit today.
Yeah, I got the Yellow Submarine Lego kit. Put it together last night. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I came home from a long day of work, made myself a Dagwood sandwich.
Ooh.
And because my wife bought some, we got a baby coming soon, so she stocked up the fridge so everything's ready. So I can feed the kids and stuff.
She's already in stocked? Yeah.
The fridge is full, man. You can't even get the door closed.
Funny thing is it's probably you're going to eat it all up. It's not even going to last a day or two.
I hope not, man. I don't know. Food was there.
Ted's going to go, oh my God.
Hey, have you ever put hot dogs on your sandwiches? Like made a meat sandwich and put a couple hot dogs on there? Slice up some hot dogs in half and put them on there. I did that on my sandwich. And she's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, you're pregnant. Look at all the crazy shit you've been eating. And you're going to give me some shit
What other kind of meat was on there?
Hey, whatever. Salami, pepperoni, bologna, 2 different kinds of cheese, 2 different kinds of mustard.
Why the hell not throw a couple hot dogs on there?
I mean, if I had...
Why not? I mean, bologna.
Dude, it was delicious.
I bet.
Delicious. Oh, so good. Oh,
jeez.
I can't even begin to tell you how good that sandwich was.
Oh, you're hilarious.
And then, just put on some headphones and spent the next couple hours playing with Legos. Cool. Oh, God. Yeah, here it is again. He's in his office this time. Closes the blinds because now he's getting sensitive to light.
Yes, the sun.
And they show, Rachel's in there. She's sucking some blood back there.
Right, but Alva finds the contract.
Finally. And she's knocking on the door. I found it, sir. I found it.
Yes.
And doesn't he's going to open the door, I think, right? Oh, why did they show him the gun?
Because
she left purse.
She left the gun behind, that's why. Which she will grab, but he eventually gets up and puts the bandage back on.
Yeah.
And
Rachel's nowhere to be seen.
And he's going to tell Alva,
it's too late.
It's too late.
Oh, look at him remembering the taxi driver and his chunky wife. This is my wife.
This is my work.
It's like he's talking to them.
Oh, yeah. He's starting to hallucinate the people.
Yeah, it's the beginning of the end for this dude.
But yeah,
it's too late.
Can you imagine after all that time looking for that piece of paper, that contract, she finds it, and he just says, "Nope, it's too late." But this is where it's all on from here.
Yeah, he's pretty much gone.
Yeah,
now.
she runs off for her purse to get the gun, and he basically
because he's gonna chase her again. He just acts like a nut. She probably actually was scared because she didn't know what the hell he was going to do.
Can you imagine if she didn't know what was going on? And,
right, he's chasing her down the hallway again. This is late. This is late after.
Like he runs into the water
fountain, practically pulls it out of the wall.
It's probably just a set decoration.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
like I wonder if it was even a real water fountain. And it's a whole big chase down the steps. I'm surprised he's not catching her by now.
Oh, well, he's staying
He's toying with her like a cat with a June bug.
Yes, a cat and a mouse thing.
And where do they end up? Like down in the basement of this joint?
Yeah,
I guess. And she whips that gun out and, "Don't you come near me. I shoot you. I shoot the shit out of you." And he's telling her, "Go ahead and do it."
Well, because I think he either wants to die or he thinks...
Well, unless she's got silver bullets in there, ain't gonna kill him.
Well, or he thinks he's not going to die. I think he's testing it, but deep down inside, I think he wants to die. I'm not. He keeps telling her do it, and she starts shooting it at the ground.
Yeah,
he goes shoot.
They miscue the shots here.
Yeah,
because she's gonna shoot the ground here in a second. Look at it, he's sticking his tongue in there. There's one shot.
Yeah.
All right, don't shoot the floor. Shoot me. Shoots the floor again. That's 2.
Yeah.
All right, and then she's gonna go like 3 shots in a row. Coming up. He's going shit show. God, he's so weird. Smacks her.
So that's
he rips her shirt off.
Yes, and throws her down. And
now she's viewing this as a rape.
Right.
You know.
I mean, he doesn't all the way, but he sexually assaults her.
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's any penetration here, but he's what he's doing here. It's almost look. There's a little vision of Rachel there.
Yep.
Pops up. I don't know if he's like thinking he's gonna bite the neck, but in that struggle there, she shot the gun I think 3 more times. So that's 5 shots. And then he shoots himself twice after this scene. So,
that's
so I think they miscounted the shots.
Yes. Because Alva actually, I guess she just passes out or faints from what's going on.
Or in shock. I think her eyes are open. As far as she's concerned, she was a victim of a sexual assault.
And he picks up the gun, even though Rachel's there. And I think this is where he's just like kind of still had enough with her,
I guess. Look at it. Pops off one cap in his mouth, nothing happens. Pops off another, nothing happens.
And you could see the sparks in the back and stuff. It's just like...
Guy's a weirdo, man.
Well, that couldn't have been real blanks.
I don't know.
It had to be like a cap gun. They're going to take safety precautions.
And then he's sitting there, boo-hoo.
Yeah, this is where he says that. He goes,
boo-hoo.
But he says it awesome.
I mean,
he says it in a great way.
And in some of the transcript of the commentary, he was just saying this is some of his best acting. This is it. This is what you want to be known for.
I'll never forget him for this role.
No, you won't.
And you won't either, will you?
No, never.
Okay.
Never.
See?
He's bonkers. Look, he's trying to wake her up.
Alpha. He goes, "I'm a vampire."
Hey. Yeah. And I love what he's doing. He's running down the... Oh, he takes her cross necklace. And then, yeah, you're right. He's running down... I'm a vampire!
I'm a vampire!
And he's running like Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire. And, I think all these are like actual like citizens of New York. No idea they're being filmed.
Oh my God.
I'm a vampire. Like, yeah, whatever, guy.
Yeah, and what does he do? He runs up to
Is he back home trashing his place again?
Yeah, but what is he looking for? I can't remember.
They'll show us in a minute.
And it almost didn't even look like him in that closet when he was doing it. I'm like going, is that a double?
It's a stunt double for tearing the closet.
I'm like, for what?
Well, he's got to build himself a crypt now.
Right.
This is odd.
I love it.
I didn't get it at first. Like, why was he laying like that? But then when they show him moving it, there's Rachel in there.
He tilts his couch.
Yes.
Over to make a coffin.
Yeah, put some books there, and it to hold it, and it opens and closes it like a coffin.
Yes, and it does make it opens and closes like a coffin, because you can push up on the couch to get it to stand up against the wall, kind of how he has it. But he has it to where his head's poking out.
Yes.
And he's got all the windows covered up, so no sunlight will get in.
Yeah, very little.
And Rachel, she comes up and...
Yeah, I think if I was her, I would have kept those fangs just like forever.
Ooh.
Those look kind of...
They do look cool, yeah. Well, there's a lot of people who do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? I mean, really, actually...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that think they're vampires or just like to pretend to be. Or...
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you just go and take off your shirt, go outside in the daylight, and put some glitter on you, right? Because that's what a vampire is.
Oh, God.
Look at her laying in bed all shocked, man. She's in shock.
Dora.
This poor lady, man. She's been assaulted. She's at home. Conchita, she's laying at home in her bed. And...
Yeah, Maria Conchita.
Look at the mom just... Hey! Alva! Breakfast ready. Come on, you got to go to work.
Hey,
you got to go to work.
Yes, I made big pot of scrambled eggs.
Here, eggs for you, Hugo.
Yes, we go through 1,000 eggs a day.
Emilio, here are your chicken abortions.
What the chicken abortions?
Here, I get some chicken abortions for me. She came home late last night. She went straight to bed. I didn't even talk to her. And then, here's Emilio putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, Emilio goes, oh, hey, man, I go grease back my hair.
Yeah, you know.
It's still 1959, no?
These old school, you know, immigrants here, you know, you work, and then you die. You know, and
God enjoy.
Oh, yeah, here's Nicolas Cage showing you the very definition of pillow biter.
Because what does Rachel do? She comes in the scene earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, you know what you must do now. Yes. You must feed.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's like practicing?
It's like he's practicing on a pillow. He bites into it.
I wonder if someone told him what a pillow biter actually is.
Oh, my Lord. But Emilio does come up and say,
what's
hey,
up?
what's up, man? He goes, hey, chupa, man.
Chupa, man.
What's up with you, girl?
Hey, gazpacho.
Yeah, chupa.
Well, I'll be at the
jalapeno
garage.
nacho. What you
Jalapeno
do?
nacho.
Taco Sete Taco Bell, no.
Taco, burrito. Taco, burrito. But he's like, you know, I'll be at the garage if you want to talk.
Yeah, me and my essays, man. We be there all night.
Boys, man.
Yeah, we're gonna be fasting out later, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna go to Van Nuys later.
Hey, you come, man. We got Vin Diesel with us later, no?
Diesel with
yes.
Look at him standing in the corner, putting his hand in the light and pulling it back.
And he goes, ow. And the phone rings.
Ow.
And he pulls it out and throws it. Even though the lights
weird. Oh, and he's feeling for the fangs, and
yes.
he doesn't have his fangs yet.
This is what he's wondering. That's the next step.
When are they going to come in? This is the funny part. I did love this part when he goes into this little, I call it a hooey shop.
Yeah, they got this bright, like, phrenology head on the front of it. And it's
used to be a place like that over here called Ambergram or whatever up on Broadview Road. You know, sold little hooey things, candles.
What was the magic shop that was up on, like, by Ridge there?
It was Mr. Funds.
Was that Mr. Funds?
Well, that was like the magic shop.
Oh yeah, it was Mr. Funds. Yeah.
Yeah, but like as far as like,
but they had little stuff like
things,
that. Yeah.
And he's looking for fangs, and the guy's like, "Oh, here's some really good one, porcelain." And
yes.
1995. And he opens his wallet. Oh, he's got his singles.
Do you have anything a little bit cheaper?
Like, here we got these. What? They're the regular Dracula.
He goes, sure, go on, tell me.
The plastic ones that we all used for Halloween. And he's, look at him. I'll take the plastic.
Yes. And it says vampire teeth.
I mean, it's the ones that we all had as a kid. And he put, oh my God.
He goes, you get to $3.95, sir. Oh, thank you very much.
It just rips him open and puts them in his mouth.
He goes like this. He goes, thank you for business, sir. See you tomorrow.
You see like he's wearing a shirt with a big pentagram on it. And
but yeah, he goes out there.
Wow.
Rips it apart, the packaging in the bag.
It's like now he feels so much better. I have fangs.
Well.
Crawling around on all fours like a moron. And
yeah.
Then he's going to go call his shrink. And say, I think I need to see you a little bit sooner. And because she was supposed to seem like, what, like Tuesday afternoon? Yeah. Sooner. How about Monday morning? Sooner. And she tells him, like, I'll come into the office at, like 7:30 in the morning on Monday. And you can come in and see me then. Yeah. And she's got, like, some young piece of ass there.
Yeah.
At her place, man.
She got some, she's a puma? Yeah. Is that what you got? Or cougar?
Cougar, I guess. Yeah, she's got her a young one there.
Yeah, she's like a cougar. I mean, I wouldn't call her a cougar because she's just some old bag.
Hey, man, she likes a younger guy to plow her engine.
But look at his face. It's so, oh my God.
And do you know how much drool those things collect?
Oh my
Remember
God!
that?
Yeah.
Remember that? You couldn't even keep those in your mouth for a few minutes. You got to take them out.
You know what I used to love?
Shake them off and.
I used to love the wax teeth.
Yeah,
vampire teeth.
They still make those.
Yeah, and just you chew them, and you could chew them all day long. It's just wax.
All day long.
But it would have a minty taste at first, like
and then,
toothpaste.
And then like a no taste after that, like you're just chewing something.
Which makes sense. Like the flavor would go.
Right. over at what do they call it? Sweeties, man. You can still buy wax lips and wax teeth and wax everything. Or the ones that had like little candy juice or whatever.
Oh yeah, like pop soda.
Yeah,
soda
yeah.
Soda pops.
And then you could look at this. Jesus Christ, look at him.
I know.
With
I
these
love it.
teeth in his mouth. You know, even in Romero's Martin, he did that when he was scaring his grandfather. He had the cape on. He put makeup on, and he had the. Oh, look at Nicolas Cage. He's chasing pigeons.
Yeah, right now after he gets off the phone with the psychiatrist, he goes out to the park.
He's got to get blood.
Yeah, so he's running around and he catches a pigeon.
Now, in real life, he was in the commentary transcript that I was reading. He was commenting on, I was really good at catching those pigeons. And the director revealed to him that, we drugged them.
Oh, God.
He's like, did you really think you were that good at catching pigeons?
He drugged the pigeons.
We drugged them.
And this is reminiscent of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh,
you see
feathers
everywhere all over the ground and stuff. And he sucked the blood out of that pigeon, man.
Not for real.
No.
Well, who knows? Maybe he did. This is Nick Cage we're talking about.
But yeah, he did, and so he got his blood, man.
Oh, and he's about to throw it up.
Yeah, he starts to feel a little, sick from it. But.
Yeah, I would too. Disgusting. What's the matter with you?
What were you just saying?
What
were you just talking about?
The pigeons being drugged?
Okay, yeah, maybe it was before that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he was so good at catching them, because they drugged them.
Yeah.
They're the creaky coffin type bed.
His couch upside down.
That is.
He puts it up and he gets on his pillows and lays down and lowers it, and you could hear the creaking like a real coffin door closing.
That is cool.
Very cool, man.
That's what I'm talking about. There's some really interesting things in this movie, and stuff like that. Like, what if you had just picked a better actor, and what if this was like a straight drama? I get what you're saying. Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah. Well, yes. I love vampire movies,
right? And not as what WTF as this is. Like, I think, like I said, I think this movie could be redone with some better acting. And be a really cool study of mental illness.
I think if you,
darkness.
I think if you put money into it and got the right people around a project like this, I see where you're coming from. Where you were going into this thinking, "Holy shit, this could be a great movie."
Well, I knew it was Nick Cage. I knew it was going to be weird, but I almost
got I love it.
I almost got the idea from you that it was more of a comedy horror film than this is more like this is more of a dark comedy. We're not really laughing. It's more like sad and pitiful.
Oh yeah.
That.
It was a long time since I've seen it, so I guess maybe I didn't explain to. I think I made it more out as a comedy.
And that's kind of what I thought. And then there's just like I said, there's so many different ideas and there's so many different styles. Right. In this film that you can't really...
And I could see that...
it doesn't do one consistently enough to where you could say what it is.
Oh, and I could see where you're saying. I mean, if you really took a real dramatic take on it... Yeah. I mean, it's a really awesome concept about a guy going...
Like, keep all this stuff. Keep the Band-Aid, keep the plastic teeth, keep the couch coffin thing going. And, all these things that happen at the end, keep all that. But just
make it a bit more... Darker,
even the way he's walking,
a little bit more darker and dramatic.
Just what? Like I dig that. Like the way he's walking, and he's trying to, he's convinced he's a vampire, right? And he watched Nosferatu, and he's getting kind of like that Max Schreck walk going on. I get it.
I like this where he runs. He's got to get out because it's night and
needs blood.
He needs blood.
Pushes himself through the club.
Punches
hits the bouncer.
Yeah, punches the bouncer and walks right in.
And man, look at that chick going. Yeah.
Oh, I knew you were going to be all over that.
They show her a few times, man. I would be all over that, man. I'd be
this is
spreading it all over that.
This is the 80s nightclub, man.
Oh yeah.
Going on.
This is my spot.
Yes, he goes in there and just... It looks like the same place that Fright Night took place.
You know, maybe it just looks like a cellar. But that's how all those clubs work.
I know,
you know,
they all were
a
like
few
loft
chandeliers.
type, yeah.
Except in this case, they're playing better music. You know, than what they would play now. If you were to go to a club now, it all sounds the same. You know, here, they'd be playing Bauhaus or something like that.
What are you doing, girl?
Yeah. Shake it, man.
Down,
Look,
baby.
just checking out all the
Yeah,
chicks.
baby.
Why is it always women he's looking at? Why isn't he checking out any dudes' necks? I mean, it's just blood. It's just a feed.
No. Well,
Wouldn't these guys have more blood?
Because I think psychologically he's still drawn towards the female.
That's how it always is, man.
So.
Gotta play with your food.
But yeah, how he's walking through this big crowd is just... It's so whacked.
Oh man, look at
He's just...
And even his facial expressions are it's fortuitous, I guess, in that they put a little clip from Nosferatu in there,
right?
Because that's what he's doing.
Yes, he looks like.
All right, even I was catching it. Oh, look at it! She's snorting little cocaine there.
Yeah, and for some reason,
she's all just by herself.
Yeah, there's 1 million people out in that big area,
but not here.
But there's nobody chilling out in
this
that
is?
Big room.
That's Larry, what's his name? Clark, whatever, that did the stuff and shouldn't play that thing. Believe that was his daughter.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So he's gonna go and
a little bit of info.
And look, she's she's a little high on the coke, and
she's like playing along, like this guy's funny. Look at him coming up to me.
He's funny. He's gonna sit by
You're
her.
a vampire. Oh,
and I'm gonna feel your boobie.
How funny.
And she's gonna smack him.
But I mean, she catches on real quick. I mean, she is laughing. But then, oh my God, he's sticking his tongue out. He's chomping his chompers.
Yeah, doing that thing with the teeth. Clacking his plastic teeth together. Let me put my hand down your dress.
But this is going to be his first...
Woo, smack!
This is going to be his first attempt at sucking the blood out of a real human.
And he is going to do it. Damn, girl!
Oh my God.
I don't know what's keeping that dress
They
up.
keep flashing back to
this girl,
the girls dancing in the nightclub.
Just one of them dresses where it's just the boobs holding it up.
And Ted's just, he's going a little nuts
here. Well, I mean, come on. They put it right in your face. I mean, what are you supposed
it's right
to do?
there, yeah.
And Nick, he's going to town here. He's sucking some.
Funny thing is, when he's done, he didn't have his teeth in.
Right.
I never seen him take it out.
Neither did I, but
unless they just
a little bit more frightening to know that he did that with his bare teeth.
Yeah.
He just ripped her throat open.
Because you can see just a hole taken out of her neck.
Yeah,
just like a beastly.
And nobody saw this. I better get my teeth back in.
Yes, and crawled. Yeah, the fact that nobody's back there is just odd, and it takes a while for somebody to even come back there again, because he walks back out into the area back there. He's getting
all nauseous, where some people are sitting having a drink, having a talk.
Yeah, he just
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. But sits back against the wall, and Rachel's gonna come, which is funny. Because she walks in and starts talking to him, and telling him it's over with.
Right.
And
maybe she thinks he's stalking her there or something, maybe?
Or he's just hallucinating this part, but when he does, because he saw her in the club. Mm-hmm. And because she's still acting like she's the vampire here.
Right. And what does he say? He says something to her, look, I'm like you now. I'm just like you. I'm a vampire.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to get a close look.
She don't know what the hell he's
trying to get a close look here. If she's got the fangs, so this is the hallucinating. He's still hallucinating it, and she takes out the fangs and throws them down.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you're such a. This is just. You're not a vampire. Come on, and maybe he's. I guess, did he realize this? I don't think so, because towards the end, like this whole thing right here where she says you're pathetic, takes out the teeth. This is him hallucinating it. So why is he taking the teeth out and making himself seem pathetic? Maybe because he just killed somebody and didn't use the teeth. Because after this, he still thinks he's a vampire.
Right.
So this part's a little confusing to me.
She walks out. She's got this. Was this her boyfriend or whatever?
Yeah. I'm with him now, she
yeah.
says, or something like that.
And then he's going to go out there and see her and, you know, start... Look at her teeth. She's a vampire.
But when he's out there and confronts her,
she acts like she doesn't know him.
It's really her. I mean, you can see even the teeth.
Yeah, the teeth are not the same.
She's a real person. And like I said, must have been somebody that he dated before.
Yeah.
And infatuated, and this whole craziness came upon, and she was who he made out to be, you know, the lover, the vampire.
Guess so.
You know, it's a little odd, but...
yeah, and I know I'm coming off probably like I really dislike this film, and I don't. Like I said, there's a lot of cool ideas in here, and I think as the ending comes up, I think the ideas really start to hit home, and I like it. And also, his acting is different here. He's not the whack job that he was before, you know, and...
he lost it, that's why.
Yeah, this is the, you know, the mentally ill. This is the person... sinking into the abyss here, and this I dig. So I definitely was digging the ending here. Yeah, look, he's trying to show everybody her teeth. Look at her teeth.
Yeah.
She's a vampire. Look at her teeth.
And
he's getting dragged out. No one's noticing that he's got blood all over his shirt from that lady he bit.
Yeah, there's a girl dead in the back. She's been bitten. Yeah, I mean, it's strange how he got away with that. I mean, the whole scene that was caused and everything, and but the boyfriend and Rachel kind of are looking at each other like, oh my God. And they giggle a little bit like, he's nuts. I told you he was nuts.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, he's off at the rocker.
And they just throw his ass out. Throw him to the floor and stay out. But he's telling, I'm a vampire. I can prove it. Who's got a gun?
Dude on the right here that he grabs?
Yeah.
From Lost Boys.
How do you know?
I
mean, he looks like it.
Doesn't he?
I mean, he looks like one of them.
Doesn't he? Yeah.
You know, because he's got the hair and the long coat.
Oh, exactly. And even the face.
I didn't catch a good look enough.
It's not long enough to tell 100% sure. But man, I'm like 80% sure. That's got to be him.
Possibly.
But it was just like a few seconds. But
look at him walking around. Oh, it's all over. He walks into the light of dawn.
He's left the nightclub.
Over for me.
He's left the nightclub, which must be going on until 6 in the morning.
God, he's got to get out of the light.
The funny part is, this goes on throughout the rest of the movie, like for however long he's walking back home in the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so the sun's not burning him.
He's got to stay in the shadows, man.
And he's not even in the shadows. He's
holding his coat over his head.
No, he just is.
Then he's burning.
But we go back to Alva.
Alva comes into her brother's room, and she's gonna start to. She breaks down, and we know she's gonna confide in him what happened. Mm-hmm. And, you know, good brother, he's gonna take care of it.
She goes, Emilio.
Well, doesn't it look like she's got a bruise on the side of her eye there? Yeah, because he smacked her.
Must have got hit, by her.
Yeah, this is terrible, man. You know, brother's got to do what a brother's got to do.
She goes, Emilio, I feel so bad to daddy. This is what I do. And he goes,
he sucked my neck.
He do what to you, sister?
And there you go. We're going to find his ass. Hey, look,
yes.
There's a Isadora, there's a few J's, Peter.
Remember the days of looking through the white pages like that? And you just look and... Those were the days when Ted's getting tired.
Sorry.
Got a long commentary tonight.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a longer movie for an 80s movie. They didn't usually run this long.
Yeah. About 15 minutes.
He's going to grab the board of wood.
Yes, a pallet.
He needs to kill himself.
Yeah, he's running back home and the sun's beaming right on him.
Yeah.
But
forgetting about that part.
He's kicking a pallet and gets out the perfect piece that's got a point. It's a good 3 foot long plank of wood with a totally good, perfect point.
I'm cool, cat. I'm cool. Look, I'm a vampire. You gotta kill me.
It's the same black guy and woman that came out of the brothel hotel lobby.
Probably.
It was. They were wearing the exact same hats.
Oh, it's the pimp then.
Yep.
And
it was not a pimp.
He was putting that hat on with the feather. That's a pimp.
That was them. I think that was just how they were dressed. Did you see him?
If he had a green hat with a feather in it, then
I think that was an actual couple. It was the same woman, same guy.
You say so. Oh, look, he runs to the church. He's asking the priest to help him.
Yes.
You gotta kill me.
Yeah, and he's got this weird
And it always, when the bells ring, he pretends...
Blood goatee going on here.
Yeah, it's all dried blood from that chick from the club.
Yeah, when the church bells start going, he's holding his ears
like Quasimodo.
Like it's killing him. Meanwhile, you flash to Knight Rider.
On the,
Knight Rider.
Which way are we going, Michael? Look at him walking down the street, just dragging the board away. Looking like he's in pain.
But you know what? For New York City... This is common.
Well, they said during these scenes they used a long lens.
Yeah.
And filmed, which means they could actually get close up to him, but film him from a distance.
Yeah.
And that people didn't know.
People were.
Yeah. These are actual citizens. He's walking out,
almost getting hit by cars.
Yeah. That the people on the streets didn't realize they were being filmed. So, and again, Nick Cage wasn't as the big face that we know him to be now. Look at the newspapers. Body found, dead girl in club.
40 minutes later, they got them all stacked up out there printed.
Well, it's the morning. The morning edition.
He just left the club.
Well, let's presume that it's been a couple hours.
Couple?
Well, because the sun was just coming out, now it's morning. We don't know what time it is. There's no clock.
Okay.
I mean, church isn't going to be at 6:30 in the morning. But yeah, all these people, these are real people. He's just walking on the street. But see, the thing is, in New York, they're probably used to someone walking around acting crazy like that.
Well, that's what I said. I mean, it's probably...
Because now he's going to start talking. He's going to start having walks right into a wall.
Big stone pillar on the corner of the building.
And he's going to start having a
conversation with his psychiatrist.
With his shrink.
Yeah.
Yep. And yes, so like, we see him in the office and he's looking all, fine. He's like, I've decided I'm not going to see you anymore. It's not really helping.
I don't believe.
And he's carrying that wood.
He is carrying the stake.
Wearing a different suit in the... Like, in his mind, he's seeing himself standing by the window up on the ledge of the shrink's office. And she's listening to him, and he's, nice, hair slicked back, nice suit. Suit is clean, same suit, clean. Holding that same plank of wood. Like it ain't no thing.
Like it ain't no thing.
And it's going to come down to where she's talking about how... he's right. If she had known, he was. What did he say? He's going to quit therapy, find something else. He's going to find love.
Yes,
that's what he said. I'm going to find love,
and she goes, if you know what,
that's all you needed.
There was somebody I know. I really wanted to hook you up with.
Yeah, her patient that comes in after him.
Right after him.
She has the same problems as you.
Same exact symptoms. And
no doctor would actually do that. But, you're not going to hook your patients up.
Yeah, I think this is the...
But that's what happens this is... You're right, I guess, love is what he wanted. His life was so empty and vapid, and she's going to hook him up with someone who's just like him. Like the female version of him. Mm-hmm. They all like the same things. Once they meet, it's like, I like poetry and walks on the beach, or I like those same things. And
he quotes a poem and she finishes.
Yeah, and she knows who it is and all that jazz. So, but in actuality, he's standing on the street corner,
talking
all disheveled, covered in blood, looking crazy-eyed, and holding a pointed stick at his chest.
And Alva and Emilio, her brother, is sitting there waiting in the car outside his house,
his apartment, saying, "Just let me know when you see him."
Yep.
Gonna take him out. We've got a tire iron. He's gonna whoop his ass.
Yep.
Properly.
Right.
Whoop his ass properly.
But that's not what happens though.
Not exactly.
The ending is just...
But with him carrying that board of wood around, I'm not spoiling anything for you.
No, I know.
You know how it's going to end.
But
there's only one way this can end.
You gotta give me one thing though, man. The ending...
I dig it.
Classic.
It reminded me of Martin.
Yeah.
Reminded me of Martin, because in Martin, his grandfather did it.
So funny. It's been 2 years, almost 2 years since we've done Martin. That was one of our first ones.
Yeah.
Nearly.
Yeah, probably in the first 10 that we did, at least. One of the first 10 shows.
It's been a while. Tells
we did Island of Lost Soul. We did Wicker Man. Probably, Martin soon after.
Was Wicker Man before? Yeah, I think it was before Martin.
I think Wicker Man, I don't know. That might have just... Was that audio or video? I don't remember. I don't even know if we were doing video for that one.
I think we did. I think we just... I'm pretty sure we just did audio just for our first commentary.
We did a double feature. We did 2 Hammer films.
Yeah, I think we had video, right? Or maybe the Hammers we did. I'm pretty sure just the first one, and then we did do video.
Okay. I don't remember.
I'm almost pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Anyways.
God, I remember the first show. It's just, we were sitting right here, and there was just
right there.
A table with just a microphone.
And we just...
we didn't have all this set up. I had my iPad so I could look crap up if I needed to.
We didn't even have a microphone. We just had the iPad.
Oh, that's right.
Remember?
We did it on that. No micro. That's right. No
and I put it face down so that you couldn't see no video.
Mm-hmm.
And we just recorded it.
Ancient.
Man, we came a long way in 2 years.
We did. Yeah, we did. There's a whole big setup here. We got cords and wires everywhere.
And I could do more, but yeah, this is what we're doing right now. So this is...
So odd. So yeah, everything we've been talking about, it's still continuing. This part with the shrink, it takes its time. And
takes its time.
But yeah, again, he's just on that street corner.
Choice is yours, don't be late.
Are we going to sing Nirvana?
No, not really. Yeah, it goes with the movie, though. But
does it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kurt Cobain. You know what the last thing that went through his mind was before he died?
How would you know?
His teeth.
Right.
Oh,
my gosh.
It's been long enough, right?
Well, of course.
Of course, that joke came out like
freedom
the
of
day
speech.
he did it.
Yeah.
So... His teeth.
Who's that girl that's... Okay, so
Who's that girl?
The psychiatrist does bring back... This is a long, prolonged scene.
Yeah, it goes on longer than it needs to.
Yeah, this is the one part of the movie where it's...
Could have trimmed this a little.
Yeah, a little too long. Not sure why. I mean, I know they're trying to make a point, and she does go out there and get the girl, introduce them and stuff like that. And she does look...
And the psychiatrist is just so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad I got you two together. If I had only known. You're completely cured. You're fine. Now go.
Get out of here.
Go on, get out of here.
Go do
go
your
love each other.
You schmutz. Whatever.
Oh, God. Yeah, so like that. These ladies walking by, like, they got no clue they're in a movie. What? Oh, God.
You don't think anybody realized that's Nicolas Cage, though?
Back then, probably not.
What's funny here is...
Look at him.
That's his true love that he just got... And he's like he's walking back home with her
But actually, this is how Nick Cage walks down the streets anyway.
It's his true love, or supposedly somebody that he's supposed to love, got the same thing in common. So he immediately starts bitching at her, though. Did you notice that?
Well, that's what you do.
At the very end?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, so there's just nothing that's going to help him at this point. Even though that whole scene that went on, and the psychiatrist said, here you go. I
forget what he was complaining about, though.
I know, I can't remember, but I know he was bitching. And even when he walks her up into the apartment, he just like gets enraged and hollers and throws things and everything like that and tells her, get out of here, leave. So, it's like, what are you going to do? I don't know.
He's just not meant to find love.
No.
Look at walking down the street. Look at it, and they're going to see him. Emilio.
Well, she says, there he is.
That's him. That's him.
And Emilio goes, that's him? I'm going to go get him, man. Oh my God!
What if it was like was it a Twilight Zone, like a newer Twilight Zone or Alfred Hitchcock? I can't remember. When a lady was assaulted, and she tells her husband and where he's at, and she's like, "That's him." And the husband goes there and basically kills the guy, and then gets back in the car and they're driving down the street, and she's like, "That's him. That's him." And the guy just realizes he just killed the wrong dude. What if it was something like that? Could have put a whole new twist on it. Look at him. He gets back in his house, which is a mess.
And he's arguing
He's walking like an Egyptian. And
he's arguing with that girl, that imaginary girl.
They're breaking up already.
Yeah.
Like in his mind, they've had their whole relationship already.
Yeah.
And he's going to get in his... Emilio busts open the window.
Yeah, he can't get in, so he breaks the glass and opens the door.
Who broke that glass?
But look at the expressions, mannerisms, and how he's
hollering. Now he's getting back into the thing weird I don't dig, stuff, man. Yeah. Just this nonsense.
Yeah, I love it. What? What are you talking about? Just get out of here, girl.
Whack
but
job.
Yeah.
Is that a painting of the Virgin Mary up there? I don't know.
Looks like it.
I thought that a few times.
What the hell is that doing up there?
No idea.
So Emilio runs up.
Good thing he knows what apartment he lives in, even though the phone book didn't say.
Didn't he look on the things?
Yeah, let's say he did that.
Okay. And he runs in there,
and then the door's not locked. Look at it. Oh yeah! Look at that, my big Schwanz.
Yeah, he puts
puts it down in his crotch.
The wooden stake way up there.
Oh god!
But this I love.
Yep.
Immediately he's gonna freak out, go
getting nauseous again,
like he's gonna throw up, and he rolls under and climbs under the couch
under his coffin, man.
That scene was good. And then Emilio comes in. He's looking for him. He sees the place is a mess and just a wreck and everything.
Dios mío!
Knows he's under the couch, throws it up,
and there he is, exposed to the light. He can't move.
So he grabs that wooden stake. Nicolas Cage does. Peter Liu
puts it to his heart,
and puts it to his heart. And Emilio,
I don't even know if he realizes that Emilio's there.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Emilio just instinctively shoves that stake right.
He's so mad at him doing that to his sister that he helps him. He just pushes it straight down.
Yeah, here, I'll help you out, buddy. I'll send you on your way.
And how dark is this last descending right here, where he just stakes? It's so quiet.
Yeah.
The video pans out. He's just laying there and he dies. And what a freaking movie.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's proper.
I mean, that's
now, see, like what I'm saying is there's a lot of great concepts in this film.
What an ending, man.
I just think that we could get a better movie with a better, maybe a more seasoned director, some different actors.
Well, they almost got Ridley Scott to do this.
Is that a fact, or are you just throwing it out?
No.
Yeah. But there's some.
No, Ron Howard.
There's some cool ideas.
This was supposed to be his first gig.
This really reminded me of Martin, where except Martin
some
again
believed
that he was a vampire,
right?
But not a traditional vampire. The sunlight hurt him. He could eat, nothing, crosses didn't bother him, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Just the sun kind of hurt his eyes.
Different type of movie.
Every once in a while he'd need blood, he'd get the shakes or whatever. And
he'd get the DTs.
Yeah. Woo. So, there's some similar concepts in this film.
Concepts is one way to say it.
Concepts. But
you conceptualize.
Nicolas Cage just,
right?
Like I said, he's an acquired taste. He's different in every film.
Sorry.
He's not always like. No, I didn't hate it. There's a lot of things I like. I like a lot of the ideas. I just think it would make a better movie if they did it a different way.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, I totally see your take on it.
This could be made into a new movie right now and make it a cool dark drama or something like that.
Well, exactly.
Or a mini series or something like that.
Yes,
and really flesh it out a little bit and
see. I mean,
keep the ambiguity. Is he
right?
Not?
A little bit more of what if? Yeah,
like a 6 or 8 episode miniseries or something like that. It could be a
swear
cool
to God,
story.
Ted, why aren't we in Hollywood doing this?
I don't know. I need a book on how to write a script and just do it.
Well,
I need to get a book.
You can write a script. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. Like I said,
you got to sell it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all we care about is selling it. If they make it, great. If they don't, oh well, I got paid.
Hollywood's just concerned about making the money, and that's why they're
going. Be diverse. God damn it.
I know. Well, I did the Godzilla thing on our. If you check out our Facebook page, the Late Late Horror Show, I put a little extra video of us ranting about the new Kong movie.
Oh, is that up there?
Yeah, I posted them on our Late Late Horror Show pages, and people just still. Man, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. And
I'm sorry.
And that's not the point really I'm making. The point I'm really making...
It's not going to be good, so it doesn't matter.
Well, even that aside, the point I'm making, and we say this all the time,
Original ideas.
Yeah,
where are they? Keep going back to the well.
Yeah.
Because were all the good ideas in the 30s?
And I can see you remaking something twice. Maybe,
They've remade it twice, and neither time has it been better.
Hasn't been. Isn't this the 4th time?
It's not necessarily a remake.
Almost.
It's like a rebooting, I guess they would say, like starting from scratch.
Same thing.
But they're not doing that exact. Empire. There's not going to be no Empire State Building.
Close enough, though.
Yeah, the whole point of doing this film is because they both. Because Warner Brothers owns Godzilla and this, and they want to throw them together in a movie. But that's what they want to do.
I will predict that that's not going to happen, though.
I think it'll happen, but my prediction will be they
feeling
will all suck.
I have a feeling Kong is not going to make enough money. Did you watch that newer Godzilla movie? I haven't, no.
I watched it,
yeah,
but I couldn't stand it to the point where I didn't even see Godzilla in it yet.
Really?
Like, I watched it for like 45 minutes. There's no Godzilla. There's nothing going on. I turned it off. It's boring.
Oh,
it's
my
stupid.
God. You got to be kidding me, man.
I just didn't care.
See what I'm saying?
I just didn't care.
Okay.
The first Godzilla film, the original, and I know we're going off here, but this is kind of like what we do sometimes at the end.
Yeah.
The original Godzilla film had a point to it.
Yeah.
You know, the Japanese made it because... All right, guess what? They had 2 atomic bombs dropped on them.
Yes,
they knew what this shit was like.
Yes, they did.
All right, and Godzilla was a metaphor for that, for all those fears and anxieties and things that they had recovering from having those bombs dropped on them.
Yes.
You know, no one else knows what that's like but them.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's what then it turned into a whole big, you know, series of silly films. But the first one...
Which were great.
The first one is fantastic. Yeah. Especially if you see the uncut Japanese version. That's the one you want to watch. And, because I remember they had a special screening of it downtown at the Cinematheque, and I went, I don't think anybody was around that wanted to go, and I went by myself. And it was years still before that ever came out on DVD or Blu-ray, legitimately in this country.
Legit.
So it was still ages. I had seen it years before it came out. But
you were ahead of your time, really.
I guess so. I'm a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not. It's just, it's a big summer movie, big monsters and everything.
Yeah.
People want to pretend they get excited about shit like that, but it's not.
Oh, whatever. We'll go on these rants.
We know what's real and what's not, man. It's crap.
We'll do a show about all this crap one day.
It is. It's just crap. I don't have to see it to know it's crap.
Yeah, we'll rant on about all our...
Call me an old man already. I don't care.
We'll call it Horror Hates.
I'm a hater.
No, horror hates the stuff we
horror
hate.
Hates? Oh, yeah. Let's do a whole show on that.
We'll do what we hate about what's going on in the field.
Next week, that's our show.
Yeah. But
no movie next week. Going off. I can go off for 2 hours on that.
So there you go, man. Vampires Kiss, yes. 1988, Nicolas Cage. I think it's a good watch. I think it's one it's one you should watch. It's an interesting take and might even get your mind spawning some imagination and some originality yourself.
Maybe you'll start seeing Jennifer Beals, in the corner of your eyes.
Yeah,
Not so bad.
No. So, with that said, man, that's another one in the books, and we will leave you there. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Check out the Late Late Horror Show on Facebook, both pages. And check out Horror Town. I'll have a new poll up there for this week. I'm not sure what we're going to put up there yet.
Put a bunch of pictures of me, and which one do you like best?
Oh, God. And we'll leave it with that, everybody. Peace out, man. Later.
Later.